Right, we are not university-level mathematics or physics students. Assume we are just ordinary folk, and we keep hearing about AI. What is it?
AI is a set of computer programs and algorithms that try to aim to give the machine or a computer the ability to have human or nature-inspired intelligence.
A machine with human intelligence. It sounds truly horrifying.
It is, and it's not. It is because of the opportunities and financial benefits it can give to humanity, and the ability for us to get huge breakthroughs in medicine.
But the human brain, however hard it tries, doesn't always deal with things logically, does it? So because the human brain is making other emotional value judgments with everything that it does. That's part of being human. So how can a machine have emotional intelligence?
We're not looking for emotions.
We're not looking for that.
We're not looking for emotions.
So what are we looking for? Are we looking for pure logic?
We are looking for enabling the machine to do tasks which require our own intelligence. For example, when I speak to you, I understand what you say, and I can respond to you. I can begin having a conversation with you. When I see you, I know that this is Nigel Farage. Okay. When I see certain, if I'm a medical doctor and I see a certain CT scan, I know what it is doing. So it's trying to analyze different inputs and try to take the correct outputs to deal with them. We're not speaking about emotions. We're trying to get the job done.
All right. So we can go on to ChatGPT and we can ask it to give us an opinion. It does give opinions. You see, it's very because if you put in, give us an opinion on Joe Biden. Give us an opinion on Donald Trump, we get very different answers. So are these... I mean, what I'm saying to you is this. That, OK, it can think like a human, but isn't the danger that it thinks like the human that's programmed it and given it the information? OK, so artificial intelligence have got different kind of flavors. So there is what we call opaque box models, which is a breed that have generated ChatGPT, which has been trained in... a huge amount of computing and huge amount of data to give us outputs. These are very complex. Even the person that programmed them doesn't understand exactly how they work. And this can be very dangerous if you begin relying on them, for example, to do very sophisticated tasks in our lives. So we can create something that effectively has a mind of its own.
Yes, and this is why here in the UK, in the AI Select Committee, in the House of Lords, they have made a very good recommendation, which I hope that the current summit is going to adopt.
Yeah. I mean, Rishi Sunak's got this summit to talk about threats. And, but let's go back to, you mentioned opportunities, financial benefits. Just tell me what you think the big benefits could be.
Well, let's pick numbers. So there are estimates that generative AI, which is a branch of ChatGPT, is going to generate annually between $2.3 to $4.6 trillion per year. Just for comparison, the GDP of the UK is about $3.3 trillion.
And is that because it makes us more efficient?
It creates new opportunities, new services, and it enables us to create efficiency while getting us to do more tasks and generate more opportunities and financial benefits where the opportunity arises.
Well, OK. But Rishi Sunak has called this summit, and he's trying to take a bit of global leadership on this issue because of the threats. And we've heard all sorts of blood-curdling stories that this thing could become a total monster, completely out of control, could threaten the future of humanity. And we look on and say, well, we just don't really understand what this means. How big a threat is this, or could it be?
It is a huge threat. To be blunt about it, because if safeguards and legislations are not going to be in place. AI is an industrial revolution. When electricity was invented, it came up with safeguards. You didn't have uninsulated wires all over the place. The problem of AI, it is unlike the other industrial revolution. The technology is here, and now we are trying to find how to contain it. And this is why such a summits and such legislations are very important for us.
What's the worst case scenario then?
It's what you have. You can think it out. You can think it out. The problem that you have got this kind of huge machine trying to understand your own intentions, and if it gets out of control, it can basically begin getting out of power. This is happening nowadays. Didn't you have a conversation with some friend and suddenly you find that an advert is appearing in your social media?
Yes. Yes. Oh, horrifying. Yeah, no. Yeah.
This is
so
a
it's happening
small
already.
part.
Yeah, it's happening already.
Small part.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's say that Rishi kicks off a global process where governments of all shades get together and say, right, we've got to actually agree, to use your analogy, to put some, safety on the electricity wires. But what's to stop a bad actor getting involved in this space and causing problems for everybody else?
Well, it is like any other technology. Basically, you can assume that bad actors can always appear. But if you have got the correct legislations that, like nuclear power, any kind of bad actors can appear. But because there are very tight regulations how it is going to be used, how it is deployed, it is safe.
Actually, I think, comparing this debate to the nuclear debate is quite relevant because we saw in 1945 the devastating impact of nuclear weapons. Yeah. And, many people for decades after that lived in terrible fear. And a lot of people thought, well, let's just uninvent it. Let's just not have nuclear weapons. But you can't uninvent things. And I guess there is quite a good modern-day example.
Nuclear weapons is one thing, but nuclear energy
could be very positive.
Is very positive.
Yeah, we could argue the same then. In your logic, we could argue the same about AI. Harnessed correctly, it can be a good
AI
thing.
is a fantastic opportunity for humanity. It can really solve a lot of diseases, can cure cancer, it can enable us to have fantastic health care and social care. What we are speaking about is what the House of Lords mentioned. If AI is going to be deployed in our society, it has to be totally explainable. It should be easy to interpret, analyze, and be under the human control. If you understand it, you'll trust it.
Okay, it's there. It's not going away.
Yep.
Opportunities, threats, as with everything in life that's new.
Yep.
But, and here's the really important question, I think, from a UK perspective. There you are, at Essex University. Where are we as a country in terms of knowledge, education, engineers? Are we as a country making a play for this or being left behind? No,
UK is the world leader in this kind of area.
Is it really?
Yeah, and the business opportunities we have got in the country for AI in general is growing, and the government is putting a huge amount of funding and support. And there is a lot of startups which are leading the way worldwide.
I'm surprised, because I would have thought with tech, we always think West Coast of America, giant global corporations.
AI is different, because AI you just need to have a solid academic base and the ability for this to be converting this to software. Software industry is easier, and I think the UK has been always at the forefront of this.
Really interesting. Well, I have to say, Professor Hagras, thank you for coming in and giving us... And I think, folks, that was a really quite cool, logical explanation of what it is, what good it can do, and what potential harm it can do also. But I was actually, I've got to say, at the end there, rather cheered up to hear that at least we're world leader in something. And that's really rather important.